quitting a job is something that very few people, especially if they deem like it's a lucrative job, there are very few people who can be able to do that because first of all, it's a bore by community because of the time it takes to be able to get a job, especially in third world countries like Kenya. When I quit my job, this is something that didn't go down well with most of my friends, family, and relatives. They saw it like I'm wasting myself or I'm throwing my life down the drain. But the reason why you can reach to a point where you need to quit your job, there's so many things that culminate to that. You just don't wake up one day and say, no, this job no longer suits you. There's so many things that can push someone to maybe say, enough is enough, I'm done, I'm quitting this job. No. I didn't just wake up and quit my job. It's something that I had deliberated for some time until no, I'm done. So I decided to quit my job. I went to talk to my dad, my parents. I told them, initially when I was starting it, I was passionate about it, but been a run, and I feel that it's about time I started a new chapter my life. This is something that did not sit well with them. They even called my relative, like my uncles, to come talk to me out of the decision. But I think this is the best decision I ever made for. Okay, I left my job in 2020, and although it has been a journey, because this is my third year since I left employment. I can say that I have made strides in terms of personal growth and maybe the realization of what life is after employment, because there's so many things that you as a man or as a person growing up, there's so many things that you are out here to discover and to grow. In my videos, I'll be talking to you about my journey and maybe what led me to quit it, because some things were very personal, and I just felt that it's about time I quit this thing and start doing something that makes me happy. Okay, I'm not saying that I wasn't happy, but it reached a point that I was no longer happy about it, and I'm one of those people who don't stay in something just for the sake of it, or I don't pretend in anything, so I just called it quit. So you may be in a situation that I was, and you may be planning to quit your job, and the reason why I'm doing this video is to help you prepare maybe before you quit your job. Okay, one thing you have to know is that before you quit your job, there's so many implications. Like, I didn't know that before quitting my job, I needed first of all develop financial discipline. Financial discipline is very crucial because it teaches you how to manage your finances. When I was employed, I didn't know like how to manage my finances well, because of course I used to manage them, but I have come to learn more about financial discipline after quitting employment more than when I was employed, because having a regular income sometimes can make you disciplined in terms of how you used to use your money. Okay, I used to have a credit card, I used to have another business on the side, but I can tell you for a fact that most of the time I used to max out my credit card, I used to max out my M-Pesa. And also I had the salary and I also had the side business, but I used to max out anything, and it was all about partying and everything. So that's some of the things that I wish I knew earlier before quitting my job, because financial discipline is very crucial, especially if you want to quit your job, because it will play a key role on how you will use your finances. Number two, just know that you lose clout. And by clout, I mean when you have employment, you of course you have a good income, you have some nice things, you are very presentable, you even have maybe a car, you have money in your pocket, and of course you can afford all those like basic things, and you can even afford some vacations. So with that, you have a lot of clout, and maybe you even attract so many people who normally, if you aren't in that position, you wouldn't attract, but you just get to know them, or you just get to know the crowd, the wrong crowd that you attract once you lose the clout. Because if you had a buzzing phone, I can promise you for a fact it'll stop. You'll no longer be included in maybe, like you used to feature prominently in those family michangos, like rurashios and weddings, the mchango groups, WhatsApp groups from mchangos. You used to feature heavily, but since now you no longer have the finances, you no longer have the perceived finances, or maybe you have redefined yourself as somebody who doesn't have money, because basically you don't have money, you're not employed, so where do they expect you to get the money? So with that, you will lose clout, and you will no longer be included in those things, so which is a relief, because those are some things that are taking so many people's finances. Another thing I wish I knew before quitting employment employment was saying no. Like, I never used to say no to a lot of things. Like, right now I say no to almost everything. The first thing is no. Even before I can say no to anything, despite nowadays I'm very fast when it comes to saying no than saying yes to anything, because saying no has given me like a superpower. Like, I no longer feel the guilt when saying no. Like, no. That's something that it feels good to say no. When you develop that ability of saying no and not feeling the guilt, because there's so many people leeching on people. Like, you find so many leeches. When you have the money, you will have so many leeches, especially relatives and good for nothing friends. They leech into your finances like nobody's business. But once you start getting the power of saying no, even you feel good saying no. Number 3, before I quit job, I didn't know that once you lose clout, your status also diminish. And by that, even if it's your parents, and of course during holidays or when you're around, they knew automatically when you're there, money is there. There's that respect that they give you because they're expecting you're going to leave something. But since now they know that you don't have anything to give, or maybe you have something, but since you are there, you don't have to give them because you don't have the money. So there's that status that diminish, and people usually don't respect you. They just respect the things that come with you. Like, take your current life as the whole you, but the jobs and everything that you own, those are like the meat. So if you remove the meat, the skeleton, the you skeleton, people don't respect the you skeleton, because that you skeleton has nothing to offer them. But with the job comes the money, and with the money comes the status. Another thing I wish I knew before quitting employment was living a minimalistic lifestyle. A minimalistic lifestyle means not having so much. Like electronics nowadays, they take so much electricity, and the more electronics you have, the more power it uses. And with the current situation, who needs that inflated power bill? Because the more you own, the more they occupy, and the more it takes, especially when it comes to renting and maybe electricity. The bills are higher with the more you own. Say you have like several cars, and you quit your employment, you need to trim that, because in fact, if you work from home, you no longer need that car. You can even have Ubers, or my personal best is you can enjoy footing, and by footing, it is healthy. Okay, it is healthy. You realize that compulsory working gives you become more energetic, and you shed that extra fatness that comes with sitting in the office all day and eating junk food. Another thing I wish I knew before quitting my job is investing in the little that I have. Before quitting my job, I knew for you to invest something and to make money, you needed to have maybe a huge capital outlay. Right now, I am using a phone I bought because I've wanted to become a content creator for a very long time. In fact, this phone, I bought it for the sole purpose of creating content, but I never knew that I needed it until this video that I'm making. So this is some of the things I never knew that I could start maybe doing this, because I was waiting for the time I had a camera, maybe a good mic, but then I decided to get this lapel. This is called a lapel mic. Yeah, of course, it's not as good as I would want, because currently I also don't have a good studio where I can work on my content. So I'm just a learning process. I never knew that I could maybe work with small things. I only thought that you had to have huge budgets maybe to work on your business. Before also quitting my job, I was one of those people who believe in life as a sprint, but I've come to realize that life is a marathon, and in whatever you do, don't expect a result immediately. It may take some time for what you're dreaming or your goals to actualize, but once they start coming in, that's when you realize, one regret though that I never had, and I wish I had done earlier, is quitting my job. I wish I had done this earlier, because it's like getting out of slavery, for lack of a better word, but it's like getting out of slavery. Yes, you don't have the money as much as you, but now you can plan for your time. You have enough time to work on your side hustles, and there's so many things that you can do with your time. Like if you're planning to quit, start by visualizing your life to be maybe 2 years after quitting your job, and then from there, just know what skills should I learn, and then you start learning and start using it. You start using that skill before you quit your job. And maybe if you want to become a freelancer, you learn a skill and then you open a Fiverr account and start giving services there. And once you have build attraction maybe for clients, then you can comfortably quit. The good thing with me is by the time I was quitting, I had something on the side, and I think that one has been a blessing in disguise because it has been sustaining me, and I can't complain, but all thanks to God, I'm here. That's what I can say. Before you quit your job, just plan in advance and you'll never regret that. You'll agree with me that that would be the best decision you ever made, because quitting a job is not something that you just wake up and quit, but you have a good plan, then you're going to succeed. Plus, before you got that job, you also used to live. It's not like you're going to die. Yeah, of course your quality of life will change, but it's not that you're going to die. Thank you very much for listening to my content, and if you feel that this content is resonating with you, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Enjoy your day.